Be the side door to the house. The house had front door, back door, and side door. And there's a ghost story that goes with this.
Oh, do tell. Hello. Hi. Welcome to Angel Rose.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Lovely place. You have booked the Iris room. So
wonderful.
this is the Iris room right here. Go right on in and set your things down.
Oh, lovely. Oh, I love this.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, look at this furniture. This is a beautiful piece.
It's actually
Oh my gosh.
19th century Belgium.
Really? Oh, it's beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely
Enjoy
beautiful.
using it.
Oh, I'm sure they will.
Let's get your soap. While you stay, we do have, Angel Rose does have a private label soaps for you, and these soaps are made of 100% glycerin. They're very, very good for your skin.
Oh, wow.
So we have different flavors. Please select what you'd like while you're staying here.
Ooh, gardenia, patchouli, lemon, ooh, lemongrass, that sounds good. Honeysuckle. Ooh, I think I'm going to go with the cucumber loofah.
Okay, and we also have rosemary, mint, and eucalyptus spearmint. So
Oh my gosh.
these are for you to enjoy while you're staying with us.
Thank you. Ooh, something smells good. What you got going on there, Rusty?
We got some bacon in the oven here.
Oh wow, that looks good.
I'm cooking our apple pie topping for the stuffed French toast. And I'll do that right before I serve breakfast, is cook the stuffed French toast.
Wow.
I've done the fruit cups. They're in the refrigerator chilling. And I'll top those right before we put them on the table.
Ooh, that sounds so good. Sounds like I don't need to be on a diet when I come stay here at Angel Rose.
This is vacation. You don't diet on vacation.
Oh, I love the way you say that. Can hardly wait. Everything is so lovely and warm, and I have to tell you, I slept so well last night, and I don't normally do that when I'm away from home. And whatever thread count, I mean, what's the highest? It's gonna be like 2,000 or 3,000. I'm like, oh my God, this is so
400 or something like
good.
that.
No, it's better than that. I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen that done before. Wow.
We'll cook them until they get nice and brown.
Okay, now what do you have in the middle?
It's a cream cheese filling. It's a pecan, cinnamon, honey cream cheese filling.
I can't wait to dive into that.
It's tasty stuff.
I bet it is. It smells heavenly. Heavenly smells at Angel Rose.
See how that one's puffing up?
Yes, I
And
do.
this one too.
My tummy's getting all happy. It's like, I'm like Lacey, just kind of shaking for the food. So she knows she's going to get it, so she's just...
This is starting to steam
Well,
too.
she's too clean. This is going to be awesome. I love it. I love your little mitt there. Oh, the soap.
Did you try it?
Oh, yeah, you haven't come down yet.
The
Oh my
eucalyptus.
God.
No, yeah, you had eucalyptus, right?
No, Tom had the eucalyptus,
Okay.
and I had the rosemary and mint.
Okay.
So I told Rusty, what I kind of cheated. Tom took a shower first, and he did his, and then I got in afterwards, and so I did mine. It's like, oh man, this is so good. And I'm like, oh, there's a little bit of his left. So I'm over here, I'm like, oh, I'm getting a
You
double
try
dose.
both.
Yes.
You try both.
I think we're going to leave home buying some soap because
Isn't that
that's
nice?
great.
Though? Isn't that nice?
Oh, and your skin. I
Well-
did not bring any lotion, and I have really strange skin anyway. And boy, that even on my face, it's really
It's
nice.
a vegetable-based glycerin.
Oh, it's
So-
wonderful. So it's really good for people with, sensitive skin, which we both have. If we put on like regular soap, oh my God, within 15 minutes we're like
Itching.
oh,
Yeah.
get it off.
Well,
And this is
those make,
great.
a lot of guests come and they've had somebody watch their pets at home, or they've had someone take care of their home, and they want something nice, a little unique and small. I mean, they don't want to spend a lot of money.
Right.
And so we have guests by, half a dozen to
Cool.
give to others. So anyway, it makes a nice little gift.
It does make a nice
Yeah.
gift. I mean, when you get to be our age, you have just about everything you want
Right,
anyway, and you're
right.
pretty set in your ways, and then you get something special, and it's like, wow, okay. Because I've had friends
It
bring me
smells
things
good.
like that, and it's,
Mhm.
yeah, this is really good stuff now.
It'll also make your bathroom smell like that when you walk in. If you had a big bar sitting there, it'll just,
Well, your
perk
whole
right up.
place smells good. I mean,
Oh,
in
thank
here,
you.
it's
Thank
from
you.
coming from the oven and the cooking and all that, but in the room, I mean, it's like, wow, and I walked in the door, it's like, oh, it smells really good. And the bathroom, and I told you about the bed, I get in the bed and it's, ooh, so I'm just kind of laying there, enjoying the ambiance and thinking about Leopold, the ghost. And so I'd kind of turn over and then I'd smell this like, what is that? And it's like, whoa, that's lavender. And it's like, wow. I'm like, but it's not real obvious.
Right,
It's
right.
just when you
Just
kind of
enough.
move and then, yeah, it's perfect. Very nice.
Oh, good.
And the sheets,
Good.
oh my God, those sheets were to die for. If I could just pack up the whole thing and take it home, I would do it. I love what you're doing.
Oh, it's kind of fun to put stuff together.
It's almost like being a chemist in a way,
A chemist,
Yeah, in a way.
where you have that.
Well, if you put certain things together and it's not just right, it can just create a real disaster.
Yep.
Or it can be fabulous.
Well, some people have the knack to do that naturally.
Not me.
I don't either. But
Ron
Rusty
does. Rusty obviously does.
Well, it's fun. You know what? It's fun to be a part of people's special. I mean, we get a lot of birthdays, a lot of anniversaries. We've had a wedding here.
Oh, really?
We've had receptions here. We've had tea parties for little girls. In fact, the new city manager stopped us at church on Sunday and asked us if he could have his daughter's tea party here.
Oh, yeah?
And Rusty's done that before, where you have little girls come and have little tea parties. They get dressed up. And so you can do all kinds of special things for people.
That's very neat. Oh, y'all are neat.
And then this used to be the outside of the house. And when he took these windows out, he had these cabinets made to put the dishes in. He expected to have lots of dishes in a bed and breakfast.
Yeah.
And it's really nice because in the morning the sun just pours through those windows and comes through the cabinets and really makes the kitchen a really nice place to be in.
Oh, it's beautiful. Gourmet breakfast. Beautiful presentation. Isn't that pretty?
Yeah, it is.
You're gonna film it.
And it just goes, "Oh, give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. His steadfast love endures forever. Amen."
Amen. Thank you.
Well, this is a phenomenal presentation. I can't wait to dive in.
Oh, I know. Mmm. That's delicious. What are the little crunchies on top?
Good granola.
Mmm. Good flavor.
The mangoes are pretty good today.
Delicious.
Like candy.
Sometimes of the year the fruit, it's difficult to buy ripe fruit. Because at those times of the year the fruit's all coming from South America.
Exactly.
but we love the summer because the fruit is all fresh and local. And after that, they became, well, they produced turtle meat for a long time. They kept catching these things called, I think they call them endangered Ridley sea turtles.
Oh, those.
They'd catch them in their nets, and they would foul up their nets. And so finally somebody decided, we're just going to make a plant and we're going to process it and sell the turtle meat. They shipped out 40,000 pounds a year of processed endangered Ridley sea turtle from Rockport in 2-pound tins.
Oh my God.
When they fished all the turtles out of the bays, they started pulling these nasty little things we call shrimp out of the bays, but they couldn't export them. You know, shrimp don't travel well. Once you pull them out of the water, they don't travel well at all.
That's true.
So the story is that the first ice plant built in the United States was built here in Rockport, and they produced ice. And there were 4, at that time, Rockport was in a tourist town, and there were 4 trains a day coming into Rockport bringing tourists. And there were 2 big tourist hotels on the water here.
Beautiful.
And every train that went out with a full load of shrimp iced down in wooden barrels for, you know, transport to points north, so other people can enjoy shrimp.
Now that's interesting. I had no idea of that. That's pretty cool.
You gotta slide that into your.
Well, Rockport is a lot older than Corpus Christi.
Oh yeah.
Rockport goes back to the French and the Spanish explorers when they first came to the New World. And they realized that the natural shallow bays here were a perfect place to bring their boats in to protect them from the weather.
Oh.
And it had a ready source of fresh water, shallow, easy to get to fresh water, right here on the peninsula. Because all you have to do is dig down 3 or 4 feet and fresh water starts coming up.
Right.
So when they established missions here to try and hold this territory for the Spanish or for the French, they had to supply those missions from somewhere, and Rockport was where they supplied those missions. They would come in the natural cut at Port Aransas. They'd sail up Aransas Bay. They'd go over into Copano Bay and come down south into Copano Bay. They'd go over into Mission Bay, which is on the west, and then they'd offload their goods. And then it was 130 miles by ox cart to the missions at Behar, Barricada, San Antonio, Goliad, Furia. And that continued after the Mexicans won their independence from Spain. So the Mexicans continued to use Rockport as a port. And then the Mexicans were trying to hold Texas, it wasn't Texas yet, were trying to hold this territory as their own. And of course people were pouring in from the east, from the United States. And they were trying to hold this territory, so they were trying to keep their missions going, and eventually they let impresarios under contract come in and bring new Mexican citizens from other parts of the world to settle what would become Texas. 2 requirements. They had to have a certain number of people here in a certain number of years, and they all had to be Catholic. So a lot of these guys knew right where to go get a whole bunch of people that wanted free land and were Catholics, and that was Ireland.
Oh, that's true.
So they started bringing in a bunch of Irish.
Oh, wow.
The Germans, similarly, were suffering from religious persecution in Germany. And and that's where the Brocks came in. Victor Brock was responsible for bringing lots and lots of Germans into Texas.
Okay. I didn't want to interrupt you. You were telling me the great story, and I'm over here eating this going, oh my God, this is so good.
Just
You couldn't get this anywhere close by. Not even in Corpus. No, I'm serious. They don't have anything. I know a lot of places in Corpus. I'm from San Antonio originally, so we used to come down and stay, like the Omni Bayfront when it was the Hershey. And all that mess. And gosh, Galinda and I run all over the place eating breakfast. If there's a new place, we're right there to try it. And no, this is really good.
It's per room unless you add more than 2 people to a room.
So in theory, if I was at a place that served something like this, I'd spend $100 for it,
Oh.
or close.
Yeah, just
No.
for dinner.
Just for the breakfast.
Yeah.
To get this type of quality, I'd nearly spend that.
Oh, yeah.
At a nice place.
You
know?
would.
And you're getting that plus a night's stay. It's like you're getting a free place to stay and have a great breakfast. I'm telling you, Gerlinda and John are going to end up staying here.
Oh, no kidding.
Once you talk to her about this.
Oh my gosh, it's wonderful. Oh yeah, y'all have to meet
Speaking of
them.
German.
They're wonderful cooks. She's from Germany. She's lived over in the United States for 40-something years, and she lost her husband about
But not her accent.
10 years ago. John lost his wife, and they were two couples that were really good friends. And her husband died, and then he and his wife were in a really bad car accident. And she died instantly, and he almost died. And then about a couple of years later, John and Galinda got together. So they got married and moved down here. Oh gosh. She and I have been friends for about 6 years now, and they had a home in the country club, but they were, up in Michigan for a while, so they finally sold the house up there, and then they were here full time. But
That story sounds real familiar. I may have met them before.
you might have. Their house was on the home tour. This was fabulous. Oh my
Thank you.
God, I can't even eat it all, and I really want to eat this.
That's their candidate.
Unbelievable.
Clean plates.
Oh my
I still
God.
like it.
It was
Good,
wonderful.
good. Ooh, that would have been a mess.
That was just so good.
Oh, it was
Good.
fabulous.
You'll be back tomorrow for afternoon?
Oh, you betcha. I'll just come every morning. Okay, what are y'all having today? What can I bring? With Texas Now Magazine, and I'm here with Rusty Day, the owner and innkeeper of the Angel Rose Bed and Breakfast in
Thank you.
Rockport, Texas. Beautiful home.
Thank you. Well, welcome to the Brock House, or the Brock Family Mansion, as some people called it. The Brocks came to Texas very early on and were very influential in bringing lots of Germans into Texas before Texas, when it was still part of Mexico. Texas, through him, went to the Brownsvilles.
Really?
Yeah. And they came in generally to Galveston first.
Okay.
He got them out of Galveston as quickly as possible because they would generally be taking advantage of their money. So he brought them in out of Galveston, either into Indianola or to Rockport, and moved them then into Central Texas.
Wow.
All built houses here in Rockport within a block of each other. This is Leopold's house.
Okay.
In the next block is Roland's house, and the next block is Adolph's house.
Wow.
It was so far from his store that they decided to cut the house in 2 or 3 pieces, depending upon who you listen to, and bring it here by mule train, and they reassembled it on the lot. And that's a picture of it sitting on this lot after they put it back together.
Really? This bric-a-brac, or what do you call
Gingerbread?
gingerbread?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that original to the house?
It is. We're told by the Brocks that this has always been here. Now the Brocks used this as their library. They had 6 daughters and 1 son.
Okay.
So the daughters used this as their library. The cupola actually has 2 floors, and the top floor is accessible from the balcony outside, and Fred, the oldest child, used that as his escape. He put his weights and his punching bag up there. One of the neat things, that if you'll notice, if you'll look at the cupola from here, you'll see that window appears to be leaning.
Oh, it does.
Can you see that?
Yes.
I asked the engineer when we bought the house if there was a structural reason for that. Was there termites? Was there foundation problems? And he goes, no, it apparently was just built that
You
way.
hadn't pointed it out, really. I'm just kind of like taking the whole thing in. I like the way y'all have done it with the lace curtains. I like a lot of light. So, the boy was upstairs punching the bag while the girls were down here reading. Oh, I mean, you know, what, 6 sisters and he's the only boy? That had to be tough.
Yeah, someplace to get away from yesterday.
Yeah. Oh, listen to you.
Well, this is our living room.
This is nice.
And we put some more contemporary furniture in here because if I want to have a short meeting, we go in the parlor and sit on that Victorian stuff.
Yeah.
Because after about 30 minutes, you're ready to go. But we live here, so we put a little more contemporary furniture in here.
Got your comfy room.
That's right.
Yeah, this is wonderful. I love it.
Breakfast in here in the morning. We serve breakfast at 9 o'clock. And we have a rotating menu of breakfast that we serve. And I usually determine that menu a day or two in advance. We start off with a hand-cut fruit cup, toast coffee, juice coffee milk, and then we serve either a stuffed French toast with an apple pie topping or an eggs Benedict. We have a seafood quiche that we serve. Sometimes I just put on a big country breakfast with sausage gravy, biscuits, bacon, scrambled eggs.
I'm just going to have to come more often and just get each one of those. I'll give you a call. Okay, what are you having tomorrow? I'll be there.
I have had people ask me a lot, can we just come for breakfast? And I go, well, if you've got a friend who's staying here, I can add you to the guest list. But
Right.
There's a Brock original piece here. This is a phonograph cabinet that we serve coffee off of.
It's there. I mean, I didn't until you pointed it out.
This is one of the original doors to the house. We don't know exactly where this door came from. A lot of that information was lost with the Brocks or with Cluis when he passed away, and he passed away in '05. Board is not original beadboard. This is beadboard that he purchased at Brock Lumber.
Really?
Brock Lumber was one of the remaining businesses that the Brocks had here in town.
Very cool. And such a nice job.
They did a really nice job.
Yeah, they really did. I just love this room. I like all the windows and
Yeah, this is our little sunroom.
Oh.
We spend a lot of time. One of the things that Cluis did when he enclosed all this area, this used to be the outside of the house, and all the stuff that was outside of the house is now inside the house. So he built this little curio cabinet that covers up the breaker boxes.
Check that out. That's
Back door to the house. The house had front door, back door, and side door. And there's a ghost story that goes with this.
Oh, do tell, Mr.
Well,
J.
When the Fishers got here, that was still outside, and this was still a doorway. And there was a door here and a screen door. And every evening at 5:15, the door would pop open. And they messed with it, and they messed with it, and they messed with it, and they finally got it to where it wouldn't pop open. But then every evening at 5:15, the screen door would shake. And what we found, or what they found out, was that Leopold Brock was a machine.
Oh.
And every evening at 5 o'clock, he would lock the doors to his mercantile. He would walk the 3 blocks and come in the side door. And when they enclosed this area, they took the door out, and that solved the problem.
Wow.
Family staircase.
Good. I feel like I'm family when I'm here.
This is one of the areas that was identified as a hot spot by the Texas Paranormal Research Institute.
Really?
At the top of the staircase.
Leopold?
They said it was very hot. Just like the entrance to the cupola downstairs. and about where one of those blue chairs sits. Those are the 3 hot spots that they identified. Yeah, the rose room, and it's almost as big as your room is downstairs, the iris room.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is nice.
And there's a pretty nice view from here too. As you can see St. Joseph's Island from here.
Yeah, look at the water. Oh, neat.
And people ask us, well, why don't you have a historical marker? And I go, well, if you have a historical marker and you want to do anything on the outside of the house besides paint it,
Right.
you have to go through committee to get approval to do that, or you can lose your marker.
Right.
So at this point, we're not willing to do that. We're just going to forestall placing the marker out there until we put together, a project to rebuild that
It'd be
roof.
lovely whenever y'all decide, and it'll be perfect because y'all seem to be wanting to do everything the way it was.
We're going to try and
researched.
do that as best as possible. Laws all through the house because houses weren't built with closets back then.
Ah,
They weren't built with closets because they considered that a room, and they taxed you on the number of rooms that you had. The violet room.
ooh, pretty bed. Yeah, I like
This
that.
room was originally connected to the rose room
Okay.
with this breezeway. They called it a breezeway, not a closet. Closet they could tax you on it if it was
Okay.
called a closet. They called it a breezeway, that it allowed air to flow between. When Cluis did the restoration, he closed it off on the rose room side, and now it really is a closet. But it's interesting in that in the construction of this breezeway, it left a room above the stairway between these 2 rooms. Small room, it's only about 3 feet wide, and it's about 4.5, 5 feet tall.
Yeah.
And we think maybe it originally was a cedar closet.
Oh.
But you have to access it through this closet, and you have to climb a ladder or something to get in the doorway that opens into it.
Ooh, a secret room.
Secret room.
Have you had that one tested for paranormal activity?
They checked all around here and they didn't find anything. So
No.
from about here all the way over to here was probably 1 bathroom.
Okay.
And back then a bathroom had a bathtub, it had a wood-fired stove to heat water, and a shaving mirror.
Oh, whoa.
And the 2-holer was out back,
Ah.
okay? And when Cluis did the restoration, he turned this into 3 separate bathrooms.
That was smart.
So this is probably the most luxurious tub to take a bath in. When I want to take a bath, boy, this is the one I go
This is
to. This is the formal staircase, and this is one of the identified hot spots. I need to warn you, please, several people have misstep going down the staircase. Going up is not a problem, but going down the staircase is. So
Okay.
when you get around the curve, please be very careful and very cognizant that other people that I gave this speech to fell right behind me as we walked down the stairs. So
Oh my
please be careful.
gosh.
This is our library. And in the evening when I have guests, I usually close these pocket doors to give the guests in the Irish room a little more privacy. But this is also my office. It doubles as my office in the library.
Perfect spot for it. Did you put all this in, or was this already
No,
here?
Cluis had this all built.
Okay. Wow. Nice. Is it? Oh, cute. Look
just
how
a little
cute
half
that
bath.
is. Oh, but it's darling. Look at that. That's neat. I love the little corner sink.
I think he custom manufactured that corner sink with a...
Oh, he did a good job.
He did. Cluis was a pretty interesting guy. He did a lot of interesting stuff.
Well, he obviously loved what he did. It's been my great pleasure to have stayed here with you and your lovely wife,
Thank
Jennifer.
you.
Y'all are awesome hosts, and I hope you'll let me come back to Angel Rose.
It was great having you, and would love to have you back. Take care,
Thank
dear.
you. Mhm.
Come back and eat breakfast with us again.
I will.